Hi everyone! Happy Earth Day! For this week's craft, we will be making seed paper to help follow up on Caitlin's lesson on gardening. So, for this week's craft, here are the things that we will be needing. We're going to be needing some recycled papered goods. We're going to need some warm water, a blender, some seeds of your choosing. You're going to need a mixing bowl, a strainer, a spatula, and a towel. Okay, so let's get started. Okay everybody, so for our first step we're going to grab either a bowl or you can just be putting this straight into the blender, but we're going to grab some of our recycled paper materials. One of the best ones for this is old egg crates, and you're just going to have your child rip everything into small pieces. And this will be our base for our paper. Okay, so now that I've done that one, I'm going to go ahead and work on the rest of my newspaper scraps. And you just want to make sure that you're doing it in somewhat small pieces so that you can put it in the blender and fill it up about halfway. So I have my bowl, and this is the right time for your child to pour in your papers into our blender. Okay, so now that it's in the blender, I have loaded up a pitcher. You just need some kind of thing that your child can use to pour water into the blender. This is nice warm water, and you want about double the amount of paper. My lid back on, and I'm going to blend. I'm going to start on low for about 10 seconds, and then after that work my way up. Okay, you're going to know when it's done whenever you can't see any big chunks of paper left. And then after this step, we're going to take it over to a mixing bowl. Now that I have all of my paper and water blended together, I'm going to pour this all back into the bowl that I was using to put my torn up paper in. And now, for the fun part, I have all of these wildflower seeds. And some say just to use a teaspoon, some others say a handful. My thing right now is the more the merrier. So you're going to want to pour these in, let your child pour those in, and then you get to mix it all in. Awesome. Now that that's all mixed together, I'm going to take it over to the sink with my strainer, and we're going to try and strain as much of this water out as possible. And just start with that much. And I'm going to grab my spatula, and I'm going to try and see if you can hear all that water coming off. I'm going to try and press some more of that water out. You know, you can also use your hands if your kids want to press it out with their hands. It's a great sensory work right now. Okay, so once you've strained out as much water as you possibly can, we're going to put it all in a bowl, and we're going to take back to our towel, and I'll show you the next step. Now that we have drained all of the water from our pulp, I'm going to put on the screen what it looked like before we strained it and what it's looking like now. And I'm going to actually just put this on the towel, and I'm going to take my spatula and scoop a little bit of this pulp seed mix, and I'm going to put it right into my mold. I'm going to start pressing it out with my fingers, and you want to try and get this really nice and thin. Okay, now that I have it in here, I'm going to get another cloth and I'm going to soak out any more water I possibly can before I move on to my next one. So push and soak as much as possible. Okay, now I'm going to remove my cookie cutter. And I have a nice little flower-shaped piece of flower paper. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of this, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about dry time. Okay everybody, as you can see, I have made all of my flower-shaped seed paper. I'm going to actually let this dry overnight. You want it to feel dry to the touch, and then you flip it over and make sure that the other side has time to dry and feel dry to the touch as well. Hi everybody! So it's been 24 hours and they're all dry. On the screen I'm going to put a picture of all the finished products. I did break two, but that's okay. But now they are ready for me to go and give as gifts to my friends, and they are a great way for you to be able to plant some Colorado Rocky wildflowers, and it's great. You just put the paper right in the ground. I hope y'all enjoyed this craft with me. Bye.